Welcome or welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. This is your co host, Monk, and it's his birthday. Monkey, happy third birthday. Exactly. Really, this episode should just be called High Thoughts because these are just two random things that have really been on my mind this year. We're going to get into it. It is also another smoke with me, though, so make sure that you have something to smoke and something to drink. We have to stay hydrated. Also, can we give a minute? Look at my birthday nails because, yeah, my birthday is this Friday, October 11th. I'll be 27. Send me a present. Let's take a hit. And then I need to chat. Okay. I'm going to gab. I'm going to word vomit, maybe a stream of consciousness, and you're going to listen and you're going to like it. I am hitting this community cannabis, garlic juice, rosin, all in one vape. Look how good my nails look up against the water. Okay, so two things that I really stepped into this year, or that I feel like I really embodied this year. The first one is learning more about myself, not from a place of judgment, but from a place to understand myself so that I can be better equipped moving forward to help myself. Not in a way of saying, oh, this is something you struggle with, you're weak. Being like, this is something I struggle with, and I always have struggled with that. I wonder if maybe there's more to this. Maybe I don't have to just keep always pushing myself harder. Maybe there's a reason I'm struggling with this. Advice: get a fucking doctor. It's totally a privilege. I understand that. If you have the means and the ability, get a fucking therapist, a psychiatrist, a primary care physician, a dentist. Just learn more about yourself, your body, your physical needs, your mental needs, your emotional needs. Learn more all about you, and not from a place of being like, wow, look at all my diagnosis, I'm broken. From a place of, oh my God, this explains why I operate the way I do. Now, how can I make my environment better so I'm better equipped to handle this and go out into the world and actually fucking succeed? Using it as a tool and not as a way of limiting yourself or making yourself feel like you're not capable of achieving your big dreams and goals. I know for me personally, there was a lot of stuff going on mentally that I knew like that it was all happening, right? But I didn't know that it was important. I didn't know that that was ever worth mentioning because I had no idea it was a problem. I thought everybody thought the way I thought or had the same struggles that I struggled with. It was not until I actually received a diagnosis, which was in my eyes an explanation and just helps me. It's not an excuse, right? It's not like I'm going to use it as a crutch, but also if it is an excuse and you do use it not as a crutch but just as it's a necessary fucking explanation for why something is more difficult for you or maybe why you're not going to do something, that's fucking valid. What sucks is when I wasn't diagnosed with the things that I am now diagnosed with, and for years and years and years I would be like, I don't understand, I'm taking these fucking meds that y'all have told me to take, I'm not getting better, I feel fucking insane, I feel like something's wrong with me, I'm having a really hard time not being depressed. It happens every single year, multiple times a year. It just felt like I was never getting answers and never getting better. And then this year, I really took the time to do self-discovery and be like, let me really sit back. What are my areas that I would love to see growth on? I got back into therapy this year. I did take a couple years off of therapy just simply due to like moving and like life. I just couldn't get a steady therapist, right? But now that I can, I was really able to talk to her and explain like, these are the things that just really bother me and this is where I would really like to improve. And these are the areas I struggle with and I have consistently, even though I work on them. And it was really nice for her to be able to be like, hey, maybe it's not your fault. Maybe there's a reason for that and maybe we can work on that. Oh my God, hooker horrors, can we pause? I'm literally already very fucking high. This is going to be a little bit more challenging than I thought. This does not usually happen to me. I'm very embarrassed, but it is a rosin pen. Anyway, I personally don't think that it's anything to be ashamed of to like go see a fucking doctor, get some help, or at least get a fucking diagnosis so that you can figure out what's going on with you. And it's not going to hinder you. You can literally like figure out tools and ways to move forward better, to actually make progress. And then you're not just going to be one of those people that, oh, well, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Something's wrong with me. Oh, well, can't fucking fix it. I don't know. I kind of just felt like my mental was like a shit show, a one woman shit show. It was underfunded. We had no costumes and nobody was coming to see it. It was just very bad. But now I just feel like I'm more equipped and like able to better handle issues. Okay, let's take another hit and then we're going to move on to the next point that I want to talk about. Okay, so this next one is actually a marketing tip that I learned a few years ago from someone who was teaching about making YouTube videos, but I'm not gonna lie, I apply it to just like everything I do in life. What she was saying was, if you wouldn't watch your own videos and genuinely enjoy watching it, then nobody else will either. Like, you need to really love yourself and what you're putting out, the content you're making and the art that you make. And I totally agree with that. That's how I kind of try to get the energy going for my videos. I think it's great advice, but also, bitch, you can apply that to literally anything. Like, I try to be the type of person that I would want to be friends with. If I wasn't me, but I knew me, I think I would fucking love me, don't you? I actually forgot about this advice. I kind of just had it subconsciously in my head as just something that I think I just took credit for it in my head. I was like, no, that was my idea. I knew to do that. But the other day, I was high as fuck doing laundry, watching my own YouTube videos for an hour. I was laughing so hard I was crying, bitch. I was like, I'm sorry, am I the funniest fucker that we all know? And then that's when I remembered, oh my God, when I was learning about YouTube, this one chick told me, she didn't tell me, she made a video. She was personally talking to me. And she said that if you don't like watching your own videos, then nobody else will either. And that's how you should just like basically go about creating your content. When I tell you, bitch, I just subconsciously planted that in my head. And I do think that is just how I've been operating as a person. Maybe this sounds dumb as fuck, but it has helped me so much more than I expected, especially in friendships and relationship dynamics. Honestly, when it comes to conflict, or if you have to show up for someone or show up somewhere and just be a certain way. I know we don't always feel like it. And I do really believe in setting boundaries for yourself and saying no when you're tired and everything like that. But there is a certain line where, whether it comes to just, you know what, I really don't feel like doing this, but it would be shitty of me to not do this for a friend. Or, you know, maybe I think that I wasn't wrong in this situation, but I care more about like this friendship that I have going on to just prove myself right, or just have to be the one who's right. I would rather just like come to an understanding and kind of show that I have that compassion within me and that space to hold space for others within me. Because personally, I would want someone else to do that for me. I'm not always perfect and having a great day. Sometimes I do snap. You know, that's actually really funny. I can't believe I don't usually admit that out loud. I'm very perfect typically. Even if it's like a situation of conflict, or just does it come down to like, I could be lazy, or I could be a little bit self-serving right now, or I could do the right thing. These days I'm trying to do the right thing. Let's take another hit real quick. But yeah, I kind of bring these up because, like I was saying in the beginning, I'm turning 27 this week. Again, I do always accept presents. And I was just kind of self reflecting and thinking about, like, what have I learned? What am I proud of myself for? And I was realizing, as I was thinking about these two topics in particular, these all kind of tie into like, genuinely, people say, oh, I'm working on myself. Oh, I'm doing the work. I think this is really what like doing the work is, like paying attention to self discovery, but really looking at yourself and not critiquing yourself in a way to like literally criticize, but in a way to like better yourself, kind of just dissect yourself, give yourself a bird's eye view. That is doing the work. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. so you can go to the gym 2 times before work. Like, that's not doing the work. That's like doing steroids. And you know what? It might seem like something very small to you, but not hating myself is so victorious to me. I don't feel like I need to explain why. I feel like we all can kind of relate to that. So that's just what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I'm proud, bitch. Yes, I'm proud of myself. Those are 2 things this year that I feel like I really honed in on. And I think that it just naturally happened. I didn't go into this year like, these are the 2 things that I'm really going to work on. But upon reflection, I'm like, damn, those 2 themes really stuck out and I kind of nailed them. That's all for today, bitches. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.